You know what, ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting so sick and tired of this. You notice that it's racism happening in schools now. First in Georgia, when the black students were suspended after, they planned a protest against the school because of the racism there. When white students openly flying the Confederate flag during pep rally. Then in Florida, when two black football players were suspended after they confronted the white students who were, quote unquote, did a racial video sent to them in their email. Then in California, when a high school student dressed in a KKK outfit, making it look like it's a joke or a Halloween costume, and nothing's been done about that. Now this story. This black girl committed suicide. 10 years old. I'm just basically fed up with this bullshit. Excuse my French. I'm fed up with this. This article comes from the Daily Beast. It said black girl dies by suicide in Utah, school district rife with racism. A 10-year-old black girl who was a student in a Utah school district that had been subject of federal racism investigation hanged herself over the weekend, leaving her family distraught over what they said were unanswered calls to address bullying. The girl's mom, Brittany Titchener, said she had contacted the Davis School District multiple times to discuss how her daughter Isabella was mistreated by her peers after starting 5th grade just months ago. Though sobs, Titchener described during a news conference the relentless teasing that her daughter, one of just a few black students at the Foxborough Elementary School, had endured without much help from school administrators. Even though my baby is gone, I'm going to make sure that I stand for Izzy, Titchener said on Monday. I'm going to make sure for voices that can't be heard like hers, that this will never happen again to any kid. The Salt Lake Tribune first reported on the tragic death of Isabella, who was also autistic within months of the start of the new school year. I'm going to stop you right there. Ladies and gentlemen, it's bad enough that they're targeting black men. It's bad enough that they're targeting black women. But now they're going after our kids in schools. And where are the parents of these kids that bullying this beautiful young girl, huh? Oh, they ain't speaking at all. And see, they need to be held accountable like this. They need to be held accountable with these schools that allowing this to happen. And yes, it happened in Utah, and a lot of people say, well, Lions, then you have to understand, Utah is an all-white state. We understand that. That doesn't change the fact that this 10-year-old girl shouldn't even lose her own life over these racist kids at that school. And the principal shouldn't take action of this. And the parents of these schools, parents of these kids need to take action and take hell accountable for what their kids did to her. This is unacceptable, people. Now let's continue with this article. It says on Saturday, before Isabella took her life, Titchener said that she had been chatted with her daughter about working on a book report. Titchener had prepared markers and colored pencils to help, and she said that the girl had kissed her cheek and told her she loved her before going into her room. Titchener, meanwhile, dipped briefly into the garage and said that not even 10 minutes had passed before two of her other children found Isabella hanging in her closet. Oh my God. About a month after starting school, her daughter told her she didn't believe her teacher liked her because she would greet all the other kids in class but would ignore Isabella. It seems to me, ladies and gentlemen, they're showing favoritism with the white kids than the black kids. So I told you before, these teachers, the principal, all of them need to be held accountable for all of this, and not including the kids' parents that were bullying her. The kids' parents that allow these children to bully her. Let's continue with the article. It says Tishner said her daughter had also recounted stories about being teased, and that after her teacher had complained during class that students smelled bad and other kids began taunting her, claiming that it was Isabella. The comments prompted the girl to carry air freshener to school to dispense her as perfume, Tishner said. A GoFundMe page entitled Stand for Izzy was created to raise money for a celebration honoring her life. Tishner said efforts to speak to the school district officials who claimed to have addressed her concerns with the principal went nowhere. She said her 7-year-old daughter, one of Isabella Simmons, had been called the N-word in September. Oh my God. It's not the first time allegations of racism have been leveled against the school district. In September, it said it will ban teachers from displaying the LGBTQ pride or Black Lives Matter flags in classroom and on school grounds because it wanted to stay neutral on so-called cultural war topics. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll stop right there again. See, ladies and gentlemen, just like the incident in Georgia, just like the incident in Florida and the incident in California, this ain't changing with schools. And I told y'all before, these school boards, these administrators don't give a damn about people children's how the children felt. They don't. So to me, ladies and gentlemen, it just shows you that they don't give a damn about this child or how she felt. Because if she did, she would still be alive today. And I guarantee you, and that this is the fact, that they won't say a damn thing if a white students would wave a Confederate flag in their schools. They won't say nothing. I guarantee you. But yet they said they will ban teachers displaying LGBTQ pride or Black Lives Matter flags. You know, it shows you the blatant racism that's going on in schools. And now you see why you see a lot of schools that don't taught Black history anymore. Yeah, now you see why, because you see they're covering all the racism in those schools. It says, in a month ago, a damning report by the U.S. Justice Department found school officials were deliberately indifferent to racial harassment. The findings came to light last month after a 2-year investigation into how the Davis School District had documented hundreds of cases across dozens of its schools between 2015 and 2020. And ladies and gentlemen, stop you right there again. So they've been doing all of this since 2015. And nothing's been done about this. And when you live in a predominantly white state like Utah, you know, the thing of it is that it's been harassment through all these schools in Utah, and you telling me that they ain't do a damn about this? That it's still going on? It says in some cases, the N-word and other derogatory racial remarks and physical assaults have been used, but school officials responded ineffectively, leaving targeted students vulnerable to continued harassment. The report found, according to a notice letter issued to the district's general counsel, Benjamin Onofrio. Ladies and gentlemen, stop it right there again. So, you know, to me, like I said, they need these principals, these school administrators, these school boards need to be held accountable for all of this. And see, now it took the feds to even get involved in this, and still nothing's been done. They try to sweep this under the rug and try to look over the shoulders because they don't give a damn. It says after the DOJ investigation had been launched, a student at Creekside Elementary, another school in the district, dressed in a Nazi costume with a Hitler mustache for a Halloween parade in 2019. The school's principal and a teacher were subsequently put on paid administrative leave. So, ladies and gentlemen, they should have been fired. They should have been fired, but they didn't do that. They allowed this student who dressed like a Nazi costume with a Hitler mustache, they should have been fired. Let's continue. He said investigators said that the investigation under the Title IV of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 found persistent failures to respond to reports of race-based harassment by district employees and other students. It left Black and Asian American students who each make up only about 1% of the approximately 73,000 students enrolled in the district, with the takeaway message that the district condoned the behavior, the Justice Department said in a news release last month. Pervasive racial harassment and other forms of racial discrimination in public schools violate the Constitution's most basic promise of equal protection. Assistant Attorney General Kristen Clark of the Civil Rights Division said when the agency announced a settlement to remedy the district's racial harassment problem. This agreement will help generate the institutional change necessary to keep blacks and Asian American students safe. We look forward to Davis demonstrating to its students and school community that it will no longer tolerate racial discrimination in its schools. It remains unclear, however, how the findings of the report have played out in the weeks since it dropped. District officials declined to answer the Daily Beast's questions about what actions, if any, would be taken to address issues of racism at Isabella School. Ladies and gentlemen, they ain't gonna do the damn thing. See, if this was an issue, they would have handled it in 2015, not 2021, and it's still going on. And they try to take a blind eye, try to ignore all the stuff going on, ladies and gentlemen. It's frustrating that a 10-year-old kid lost her life because she tried to tell everybody, I've been harassed. These kids racially harassed me, and they didn't do a damn thing about it. They try to act like, oh, we didn't know that happened. Listen, this 10-year-old girl lost her life. And there's multiple racial harassments, not just the school that she goes to, but other schools across the same district. And you telling me that y'all not doing it, y'all not doing anything about this? Don't be surprised if these parents are planning to file lawsuits against them soon. Let's finish this article. It says the district's community relations supervisor, Sean Lunn, instead offered the following statement. We, like everyone, are devastated by the death of this child. Our heart goes out to the family. Foxborough Elementary has worked extensively with the family and will continue to provide help to them and others impacted by this tragedy. We take all incidents and reports of bullying seriously. At this point, the incident we are aware of involved another student. The teacher and administration responded quickly and appropriately as with all allegations of bullying, our investigator will continue. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the Daily Beast article. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this little girl. She was only 9. She was only 10 years old. 10 years old, y'all. She was only a child. And she was suffering autism. She's also a disabled child. And she killed herself because other children her racially harassed her because of the color of her skin. And this isn't the only incident. It happened in other incidents by the same district, but they don't give a damn. Now they feel sorry because there's been pressure from the school board, from parents, that this needs to be addressed. They need to be stopped. And this, even though this is in Utah, it happens in other states as well. That's not reported yet. It's not reported. Now, whether they seek action, I have no idea. And they may not even seek action at all because they don't give a damn about black kids in that school or any other kids. But it shows you that they don't care about a little girl. She was only 10 years old. She was a child. And if I were the mother of that child, I would go beyond that. I would file a lawsuit against the school board, against the school itself, because if a lot of adults who have children like this, if they continue filing lawsuits, something's gonna be done because they don't want to lose no money. Y'all let me know what you think about this. I mean, the incident in Georgia, the incident in Florida, the incident in California, now this. When is this going to stop, people? She killed herself because she's tired of being racially bullied by these white kids. She's tired of it. And they acting like they want to turn a blind eye or try to ignore, or try to sweep this under the rug. No. And this is why now I see why they all try to take black history away from these schools, because they don't want to learn what's going on in the civil rights movement and beyond that. And if and the parents, if I were you, I would either homeschool your children or get your own school built up and not even worry about going to these other schools, because it seems to me that the school board doesn't give a damn about our children at all. At all. Because if they did give a damn, this beautiful 10-year-old girl would have been alive today. Y'all let me know what you think. Like, click, subscribe, and remember to click the notification bell for all the news and commentary. Rest in peace, Iggy. This is Lions Den signing off. Deuces.